Lovely, lovely. Perfect, right. It's on. Hello everybody and welcome to Rapid Pixel Racing round 13 around America, the good old US of A. I'm your host DXT Nevo. With me today I think will be Ferret or Gaz joining at some point. I'm currently sitting on board with Carl, so we'll have him going around in the background. We actually do have the standings this time around, so for the driver standings, let's go. In first position currently we have Moyland on 195 points. Second place we've got Johnny Stokes on 191. Third place we've got Scotty here on 160. Fourth place Chubb on 156. Fifth place is Avi on 106. Sixth place we've got McDutchface on 85. Seventh place Al Jadifa on 63. Eighth place Erez on 58. Ninth place Bonesma on 21. 10th place we've got Wumax on 16. And 11th we've got Robson Racer on 12. 12th we've got Lewis Williams on 9. 13th we've got Neles on 8. 14th we've got El Stefano on 7. And then joint 15th we've got 3Sync and Hudsojo, both on 4 points apiece. Joint 17th we've got Speedy and Liam Shane. And then 19th, joint 19th we've got Booker Bronco and Carl Fruit. So there's the driver standing. So Moyland, very small lead currently over Johnny Stokes. So the battle for first is at the moment is between Moyland and Johnny. Then we've got the battle kind of like for third position is between Scotty and Chubb. And then if you go down to the constructors, we've got currently leading the way McLaren on 276 points. Second place we've got Red Bull on 219. Third place we've got Alpine on 202. Joint fourth place we've got Aston Martin and Mercedes on 164. Sixth place we've got AlphaTauri on 73. Seventh place we've got Ferrari on 46. Eighth place we've got Alfa Romeo on 43. Ninth place we've got the Williams on 27 points. And 10th place we've got the Haas on 14. So the Haas, as always, will be looking to pick up a few points. Currently sitting in Q1. El Stefano on a 136.0 is heading the way. Who's on out? So we've got Willie Mammoth on an outlap. Who's on an outlap? Robson Race on the intermediate. So knowing that they're going to get through no matter what, some people are going to decide not to not to waste a set of tyres. So again, smart. We've currently got Speedy, who's done it. Robson Race is doing it, and Willie Mammoth is also doing it. United Bosnia there, 135.4. Nice, tidy little time. Moyland's actually got the full old wets on. This will be actually quite interesting to see, maybe. Generally just pottering around, seeing what he can do. Hello, Mrs. Carl. How's it going? Quickly just join a pie, so my co-commentator, if he pops on, will actually just be able to sit in there. One. And oh man, come on, hurry up. Please wait, I don't want to. Never takes this long to join a pie before in my life. Thank you, PlayStation. Beautiful. So here we go. Yes, not too bad. Apologies for the slightly late stream. My daughter's not been sleeping very well recently, so I was like, you know what? I was getting a bit tired about 7ish. I was like, oh, I need a little half hour kip. So I thought I fell asleep, and then yeah, I woke up at like 8:15. I was like, oh, perfect, and then I don't remember anything until waking up again at about 9:15. But I feel refreshed and ready to commentate, so that's the main thing. That is the main thing. So Scotty Harris there on the set of softs 135.050. He's not going to save a set of softs. Moyland, as you can see, proper struggling right now going around. But obviously those wets are not built for this. Probably absolutely overheating after the first sector. Look at that. The screeching tyres. And there it is, everybody. Moylan spinning. Natural service has been resumed. He actually hasn't spun in a while, you know. Like, it's been a good, what, couple of weeks? Would have been a good couple of weeks since Moylan spun. I mean, granted, it's on wet tyres in the like blistering heat, but still, doesn't matter. Spin is a spin. Okay, so he's now coming into the pits, but that will still set him a lap time, which will be enough. See him through. Booker Bronco. Here we go. Oh, he's run wide. Is that no? He didn't invalidate it. That's lovely. So now on the run now to turn 20. Oh, went in way too fast, but again not invalidated, and it will get him a time 1:39.1. So not too shabby, not too shabby. It will do him. I spin just the year. Cheers, Moylan, mate. It's been a while since I'd seen one. I thought you'd forgotten about us. I'll be fine, Mrs. Carla. I feel refreshed now. Didn't have enough time to make coffee, but I'm good. Usually a 5-10 minute nap, mate, and I'm up for like all night. That is the downside. Is now probably won't be sleeping for a little while, but it's all good. It's all good. Who else we got? Outland. We've got Scott. I think somebody's just going around again, aren't they? I mean, Scotty might as well just keep going. The fact that he's running out of fuel, though. Johnny Stokes. Johnny Stokes actually on the softs. Interesting. Let's see what Johnny does then. On the run down now to turn 1. On sweeping turn 2, and then you've got turn 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Missed the apex there for turn 7 actually. That's a nice, oh, he clipped that little curve that usually sends it spinning, but he held it really nicely. Had a nice turn 9. Clipped the curve on turn 10, maybe a little bit out of shape. Nice tight turn 11 there. Big long arse straight now. Let's see what he's got. Let's check the sector time as well. I'll be coming up just after turn 12. Should ping up 103.538. Okay. So this is this weird turn 14, turn 15. Oh, very, very wide line there. 3:15. And he's backed off now massively. Got to try and go again after this. So you've got 16, 17 and 18 now. That's a very, I mean, it wasn't going to be the best lap, but sometimes it's worth getting a banker in anyway. I mean, 6 minutes left. He'll probably still have enough time to go, get back in and go again if he needs to, but he probably won't need to anyway because it's that. So 1:37.9 there on a lap that he pretty much backed out of. That's not too bad. Here we go again, turn 1. Nicely done. On the run now, coming through turn 2. See where he handles 3, 4, 5 and 6. Quite nice. Nice long out view here. Is he going to clip the curb on turn 9 again? No, he takes it really nice and smooth. Beautifully done. Not wearing a helmet though, you absolute nutcase. Got a death wish. Slows it down there for turn 11 on the accelerator. Back doesn't step out, so that was really well navigated. And now DRS wide open. What has he got left for the rest? On the run down now to turn 12. Slows it down into second for the turn in. Short shift up to third, so the back end doesn't spin. Coming up to turn 13 and turn 14. we go. 15. 16. This is 16, 17 and 18. It's like a three-point corner. Quick turn 19 on the rundown now. Last corner, turn 20. And this is going to smash his last time with a 137.9. It's going to be a 133.7. So a little bit left over there. Johnny Stokes 133.7. He won't need to go again. Well, wouldn't need to have gone again anyway. Who else we've got out there now? Al Jadifa, what's he doing? He's on intermediates as well, doesn't want to waste a set of softs. Again, fair play. Coming through turn 20, accelerate to the line. 152. You know what? Quickest of the intermediate runners. A pretty respectable time to be fair on intermediates. That's fair play, Al Jadifa. Nice one, mate. Got Woolly Mammoth on those intermediates, on an out lap. Just starting his quick lap now, so let's see how Woolly Mammoth gets around here on these on technically the wrong tyres. Oh, it's really careful through turn 1 already. On the run down now, turn 2. Look how about laying off big time there, having to apply the brakes through 5 and 6. So sketchy on it. It's definitely worth doing. I mean, you save a set of tyres, and the fact that you don't need to do anything special. I mean, Avi's out now as well on a set of intermediates. I actually expected more people to do it. I mean, not ideal. Would make it a little bit boring considering, you know, you've got multiple people saving a set of tyres and going on inters. It's not exactly much of a session to qualify on, to commentate over, but smart. I suppose if you're all doing it, it's a level playing field still, isn't it? Yeah, no idea why there's no 13th place, mate. That is a good shout. I just noticed that. Something fishy is going on here. Someone has to be missing. Is there only 14 then? I thought maybe someone was just missing, but it's not bugging out when I switch through. So hopefully that'll change come the race. Here we go now. Woolly Mammoth turn 20. Intermediate tyres. Slowly up to the line. 159.2. Erez now on these soft tyres. This will actually be, let's get aboard of him, this will actually be a lap which will actually be worth watching. Same on the timing screen in the garage as well. That's really strange. That's obviously just some kind of little bug. And I wonder what Erez can do here. Pretty quick. Usually has quite a decent qualifying. This is going to be his last run now, just coming through turn 11. See what he can do now on the run down to turn 12. Slow down into the. Actually, that was not too bad. A little bit fast, but made it actually work. Slowed it down enough. There we go. This is turn 15. You'll notice. When I'm going through on different cars, you'll see people taking different lines here. Some people take the very inside line and really narrow off the corner. Or people take a really nice wide line so they can sweep in and get in the power a bit earlier. Both are pretty quick. I wouldn't say there's so much a right or wrong way to do it. Depends what line you like taking. So across the line, a 135.3 there for Erez. This can come up into 6th position. So we've got 20 seconds left now. Q1. Avi is the only person that needs to set a time. Runs wide there, but on turn 19, but doesn't invalidate. So he's going to come around here, get across the line, and could even go again. 149.1 there, up to 9th position for Avi on those intermediate tyres. And now the quickest. That's actually again fast time for the inters. Avi was not messing about. So William, he's on the Inters 2, just chilling, coming in, and it'll be finishing off there. So, the time machine has actually changed now. So there's actually only 12, 13 and 14. But actually, I think that fixed itself when Speedy retired, actually, maybe. So maybe it was Joe's fault. I'm blaming Joe. I think that's the best thing to do. Right, so now we're just waiting for... Well, Speedy's out, so that's fine. He's retired, so he'll be okay. We're just waiting for Carl. Now, to either come in the pits or go through. He's died into the pits there. That's that, and then it's just pretty much Avi now. And then we'll be able to get into Q2. Here he is.
Hello.
How's it going, Gaz?
Going well.
Good, good. Just coming up to the end of Q1. Let me... Would you like an invite?
Yes, please.
Powder. Right. Oh, no, not you. Barrett. IT. Alright, how's your invite, Gaz?
Awesome.
Lovely. So, how are you today, my friend?
I am really good, really good. Just got back from football.
Oh, yeah? How was it?
Yeah. It was good. Smashed the other team by 4 goals.
Were you playing on the under sixes again now?
Was that?
Were you playing the under sixes again? Is that what you won?
Under 3s this time.
Oh, nice.
Under 6s beat us last week.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. They're pretty solid, though. I mean, maybe you're just terrible.
Yeah.
But under threes, though, fair play. Solid.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
team.
Yeah, solid team. They ran rings around us, but
You just kept lobbing the keeper, didn't you? It's too easy,
you just
isn't
had
it?
to break them. You just had to break them.
Well, sometimes, yeah, double-footed. You got to send them a message, right? Because if they get all cocky at that young age, then it's just dangerous when they grow up. So you just go in tough but fair. You know, best way to do it, mate.
Yeah, obviously.
So heading into, there's only 14 drivers today, but we've still got the full quali on the go. So we had a few people in Q1 there using the intermediate tyres, so to save a set of soft tyres. Obviously because they wouldn't have to worry about getting knocked out. So who's going to be first out? Actually, we don't have the normal people, like the normal first out 2, and that looks like an Alpine of El Stefano there. And what's that? His teammate Moyland as well? No. So who else we got? It looks like Rob. So it's the Williams of Rob there, out first. Let's see what tyres everyone's on.
Speedy's out as well.
Yeah, quite a few have just zoomed out now. So we've got Rob, Speedy, El Stefano currently, and I think that's also... Who's the other? Moyland. Yeah, it was Moyland. So we've got Moyland coming out as well. Let's jump back on board with Rob, because Rob will be the first person. Invalidate his outlap already. Ridiculous.
Oh, it's the S-Bends for you. It's just absolutely ridiculous, those pens.
It's too easy, isn't it?
Yeah, very too easy.
I haven't even tried this track on this game, so I feel like it's going to be just absolutely shocking.
It's really tough. I've tried it in the F2 cars. And
Yeah.
I keep spinning on the corner Rob's coming up to now. I keep spinning, no matter what I do.
Oh, the turn 12 traction
12.
zone. Yeah, that is awful. Yeah, this is always a pain actually. This is a pain in the last like 2 games, so not going to be fun on this on Formula 1 2021 spin out edition.
Yeah. It's the Mazepin edition, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it is. I mean, he was supposed to pay extra for the Mazepin edition, but they throw it in for everybody.
I did pay extra for the Mazepin edition, and it makes me want to cry.
Like, that is understandable. So Rob now coming up to start his lap on accelerator, DRS wide open. Gaz, do you want to give us a lap with him?
So here we go, Rob Sim Racer heading up into turn 1. This is the multi-route turn 1 as he takes the basic middle apex into turn 2 as we're now heading into what we call the Silverstone S's. So these S's are very much like Maggots and Beckett's, and then moves into a few little kinky turns here similar to Bahrain where they are ever changing.
That's invalidated.
Yeah, validate again as he heads into turn 9 and 10. I'll still carry on with the lap run down.
Yeah, still go for it, man. Yeah,
so around 10, 11 into the main DRS zone. This is where we're going to see the most of the overtaking in the race. It's either here or turn 1. But what people do, they hug the right hand side, where you kind of like hold yourself in the middle and then move across. As you hit turn 12, you need to brake quite early, late apex. As you see Rob said, hitting mid apex, you need a late one to get yourself around the Bahrain sector up to it's like 10, 9 and 10 these parts. So they flip back and forth. Around turn 14, 15 and 16 there into 17 and 18, which is the Turkey turn 8 styled corner. So quadruple apex, full pelt, right round into turn 19. He's had 2 bites there that turn, and he's going straight into the pits. But this is turn 20. Turn 20 is one of those corners that it's another late apex. These corners, most of these corners are late apexes, just to set yourself up for the next corner or give you the best exit. El Stefano with a fastest lap with a 1:36.6.
That's it, and then we should also see Moyland coming across the line, as well as, there he goes, 1:33.8 on the set of mediums from Moyland there. That is a little bit cheeky. Who else we've got? I think that is... Who else we've got coming through? It's going to be, I think it's Aston Martin. Is that United Bosnia? It is United Bosnia.
Yeah,
coming across the line next. He's invalidated though.
Wooly Malamuf is right behind him. He's invalidated as well.
He's invalidated, so it's going to be Erez. Yep, Erez is right behind Wooly Mammoth. Erez it will be to cross the line next. No invalidation here, so he's actually going to get the lap time on the board. And what does Erez do? A 1:34.1 on a set of soft tyres, so decent lap time from Erez. Next to come across, looking like it might be his teammate actually, Avi, because Al Jadifa is on an out lap. So Avi coming here, very small little toe. Oh, he almost lost the back end through turn 20 though. 1:33.7 on the softs. Very nice time from Avi there. So Moyland on those mediums, a 1:33.8, very solid time. Looking to start the race on those medium tyres. Probably won't need to worry about getting through the top. I think that 1:33.8 on the mediums is pretty solidified. Scotty Harris there on the 1:34.8 on the mediums. Liam Shane 1:35.4 on the mediums. So El Stefano may have to go again. 1:36.6 on those softs. In fact, he's actually going again right now. What's he going to do? Is he up? 1:35.9, so it does improve. Not quite enough to move him up enough a spot, but 2 minutes 11 there from Booker Bronco, who as I go on there was having a bit of a mare through turn 1, but it's all fine. Johnny Stokes, no McDutch face today either, so Johnny Stokes is coming out on the mediums. Robson Racers going off-roading on the mediums. Here's Carl coming through turn 9 and 10 on the rundown now to turn 11. Gets it in there. That was actually a nice there from Carl.
Al Jadifa is making a hash of the Bahrain sector, but again making a hash through the Turkey turn 8 end. So I'm not expecting a decent time from him with his current lap. So he's going to have to go around again.
Yeah, sitting on a 1:36 at the moment, 37.4. So 1:37.4 on his mediums will definitely have to go around again. I think I'm thinking El Stefano, Al Jadifa, definitely. Well, maybe for El Stefano, definitely for Al Jadifa. Booker Bronco's going to need to hope this lap's good. Currently 29 seconds up on his time though, so this one's already going to be a bit quicker, even though it hasn't been ideal. Coming through turn 20 now. He's going to need to go again afterwards though. It's going to be a 1:38.7.
Yeah, I caught him on the last few corners there. He's missing those apexes.
Yeah.
A lot of drivers have not got this line down to T. He's gone really deep into turn 1. So I think this will be. I think he'll pit on this one. I think he'll refuel and get himself back out.
That's it. That is it. I mean, he could still even go out in the same set of medium tyres, to be fair. Probably still be able to prove quite a bit, or he'll have to switch it up and go for a set of softs. Robson Racer invalidates on turn 1. So, not ideal for Rob there. Gonna have to go around again. Try and get a lap time in. Got Speedy out now currently. Just coming through turn 9.
Johnny Stokes has just started this flying lap.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does in the McLaren.
That's it. Let's go on board Speedy now. On the run down to turn 11. Oh, that was a bit slow there. Very hesitant through turn 11. Broke a little bit too early and cut a bit too much off, but didn't invalidate. So he can carry on.
Is Johnny Stokes a wheel driver or controller driver?
That I'm actually not sure of, you know. I'm pretty sure... see, by his movements, it looks like a pad, doesn't it?
It looks pad, but it looks too...
But it's also
twitchy.
too... Yeah.
It looks too twitchy. Like it's not like where it's not on and off, like kind of thing. It's very, very twitchy. So it's like he's constantly changing his steering angle, which is great for warming your tyres up, but not great for getting a line through the corners.
That's it. So
absolutely fantastic take on test 16 though. That was probably the best line we've seen so far.
It was nice. Speedy goes up to 4th on a 1:34.6, and here he comes now, turn 19 for Johnny. What's he got in the bag for us? Always qualifies well, Johnny. It's going to be across the line. It's going to be a 1:34.8.
Looking at that lap, I reckon he could take off 2 seconds just by getting a cleaner line through the corners. 2 seconds definitely. He's hitting the apexes on most of the corners. He missed a couple of apexes in the later sections, but he's definitely had that the Bahrain sector part absolutely down to a T.
I mean, considering he's on a 1:34.8 and Moynihan's on a 1:33.8, he's definitely got quite a chunk of time to find. Rob's currently coming through turn 11, doesn't have an invalidation right now, so this could be the lap for Rob. But what's it going to be? Set of medium tyres on the run down now to turn 12. Brakes all the way down into second, misses the apex though. On the power, didn't even short shift there, didn't need it. Oh, that's a real wide turn 13. Took quite a tight line there for turn 15, but didn't hit the apex. Didn't match him out too much because he actually straightened him up quite nicely for the 16, 17 and 18 here. Again, not hitting the curbs, not hitting the apexes too much. Turn 19, throws it in. A little bit hesitant, but still nicely done. And slows it down for turn 20, not in too tight, gets on the power relatively early and across the line to a 1:37.1. So, going to need to go again. Gonna need to find a bit of extra time there, Rob. Wasn't the cleanest lap, still plenty of time to find. The only downside is, and he's invalidated that. He's running out of time on the actual clock. United Bosnia here, coming across the line. It's a 1:34.8, so that's a nice time there from United Bosnia on those medium tyres. Puts them up to 7th position and still in it with a shout of the top 10 shootout. So the cut-off point at the moment is Carl on a 1:36.4 on those soft tyres. So Al Jadifa, Rob, Booker and Woolly Mammoth.
Carl on the fringes though.
Yeah, they've got. I mean, the other guys got some work to do to beat him, but I mean, Al Jadifa there on the 1:36.4. That was on his medium tyres as well, wasn't it? So with a set of softs on there, he needs to find a little bit of time.
Yeah.
What's Woolly Mammoth got? Woolly Mammoth is starting his lap into turn 1. Very, very deep. Yeah, real deep into turn 1 there. But it's still not end of the world. But this is his kind of... Well, if he's got enough fuel, he could go again. So 3, 4, 5 and 6 now. That was quite steady. Is he backed off already? He looks like he's backed off to me.
I think he's just a bit cautious going through the S-bends there to invalidation.
Yeah, it was pretty cautious, but he's not managed to hit an apex through that whole sector, so he needs a good time. Can't dally too much. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do.
Dutch faces during the session, so he'll be in with the race.
Oh, okay, okay. So he'll have to start from the back of the grid, but it's nice to see an extra racer.
Yeah, I think he's made a dog's dinner of this lap, has Woolly Mammoth.
Yeah, it's not been the cleanest, has it, unfortunately, but he'll have enough time to go again if he has the fuel. I mean, he's not used much ERS here either, so I'm pretty sure he's definitely done a bit of a back off. Oh, look at that. That was turning way too early, but I think he'll be okay because it wasn't the last corner, so it shouldn't be like this and next lap. We'll find out. Let's see. No, he's okay. He's alright. Yeah. So now let's see what he can do. Medium set of tyres, has a 136.4 to beat.
Again, late on the corner.
Yeah, real deep again.
Late. That's even worse than what he did the first time.
Yeah. But how can he manage it through here? He can still save it and he can still get the time that he needs to, even with that real late corner. He just needs to hook up the rest of the lap. That was actually a lot nicer through here. Long last turn 6, down into turn 7. He doesn't. One thing I've noticed, he doesn't like braking. He's just letting off the throttle. And he's invalidated.
That wheel just went over the line.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Went over the line. That was it. It was off Wiederson.
So
I don't think he's got enough time to go back.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough time. I don't think he'd have to probably gun it to get back round or have a chance to. And really, I mean, he might actually. 30 seconds or 35 seconds, and it's a one. Yeah, he could. He would have to gun it though, but he could get another lap in. So who we've got out?
It's gonna be tight then.
We'll keep an eye on that. So Carl is still going. Carl's the sort of guy who just loves ruining his tyres. So he'll go out just for laps and laps and laps on the softs, just usually improving. But he's currently almost half a second up on his time as well. So this could be a good shout to keep him in this top 10. Although no one else has come out. I think people are pretty happy to be where they are.
Yeah, Speedy when it came up for that lap, but it was too late to about that.
So Woody didn't make it.
Didn't have it. Didn't have enough time. Let's see how Carl does.
So where's Carl gonna pop himself? Gonna start and he's soft tyres now. He is safe, but comes across the line and it's a 135. Is that a 135.3 there? Or 135.8? Let's have a little look. When the time machines come back up, we can give you a rundown of the top 10. So, Avi there coming through in first position. Second place Moylan. Third place Erez. Fourth place Speedy. Fifth place Scotty. Sixth place Johnny Stokes. Seventh place United Bosnia. Eighth place Liam Shane. Ninth Carl Frood on a 135.5. So did improve by almost, was it over a second or something? And then El Stefano 10th, rounding up the top 10. That's going to go through to the Q3 here. Missing out, we've got Al Jadifa, Robson Racer, Booker Bronco, and Woolly Mammoth. Unfortunate. I'm surprised that none of them gave it another go. Maybe they wanted to start on those. Maybe they just wanted to start mediums and didn't want to have to go into the softs. So pretty much everyone, other than 3 races of that top 10, are going to be starting on the medium tyre for the race. And then you've got Carl, Avi and Erez, who are all on the soft tyres for the race start, so that could be interesting. Some different strats going out. So top 10 shootout. So Gaz, I know you, I'm not sure how many races you've watched or anything like that, but what are your predictions for the top 3?
I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of Moyland.
Oh, here we go. Moreland fanboy, eh? How much has he paid you?
I like. I wish he paid me. I like Moyland. He's got a bit of banter about him, and that's what I like about him. But see, I've seen Avi do well. I've seen Moyland do well. I've seen Scotty do well. I've seen Johnny do well. So it's between them four, and Speedy can cause a bit of an upset as well. So I've put my eggs in a lot of baskets here, but you know, I think I'm going to stick with my man Moyland and see. I'm going to say he's just going to edge it. Yeah, I think he's just going to edge it because Avi done it in sort of soft tires when Moyland did it on mediums.
Yeah.
I think, come on Moyland, don't let me be wrong.
He's going to spin now. Watch it. Watch him. So Moyland actually is the first person out on track, so we'll jump on board with him for this outlap so we can see what he's going to do. So yeah, I think my top three, I'm going to go Moyland, Johnny, Scotty. That would be my top three. Special mention for Carl for making it into Q3 in the first place. I think this is maybe the first time we've seen Carl in Q3. So good effort there from Carl. Mrs. Carl, who's always in the chat, is actually a Moyland fan. She's got a little Moyland shirt on.
Really?
Yeah. Even if say if Moyland has a bit of a stinker like spins or something, ends up behind Carl, she's like, oh, I hope Carl doesn't take him out. I want Moyland to win. Absolute team Moyland, Mrs. Carl is.
Oh wow. Good on Mrs. Carl.
It's brilliant.
I quite find that funny. It's like Robbie Fowler's dad. Always wanted Everton to beat Liverpool, even though he's some for Liverpool.
That's brilliant. So here we go. Let's see what Moyland's got in the bag on this soft set of tyres now, coming through turn 2. That was nicely navigated. 3, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Jump it down now. Here we go. Turn 8. Lovely turn 9. That was really nicely done. Turn 10 here. Looking like quite a good lap at the moment. Run down now to turn 11. Slow it down. Haven't found anything I can critique him on yet. Oh, he's going to get a slipstream as well from El Stefano, his teammate. What an absolute play here. This probably wasn't even meant. They're probably not even chatting, but El Stefano's absolutely done Moyland an absolute solid there. Slows it down, throws it in to turn 12. This could be a rapid lap, and with this with that little slipstream as well, if he nails the rest of it, this could be the lap to beat.
Absolutely. See, you know what the thing is that El Stefano, like we've seen him race in multiple leagues, and he's one of those drivers. He doesn't get the recognition he deserves, but that was totally 100% the best gameplay move he could have done.
Yeah, he's kind of severely underrated. Now, he's qualifying a 1:32.6 there from Moyland on that soft tyres. Now, that's going to be a tough lap to beat, I think. Who's going to be the next crossing the line? It's going to be, well, El Stefano to start his lap. Is it Speedy? Oh, Speedy's invalidated coming in the pits.
Well, Avi's coming around there, turn 19 right now, so he's the one I reckon is going to be the one that could cause a more.
Perez 1:33.6, and now Avi, what's he going to be doing? A 1:33.2. So pretty close from Avi. Who's next? Scotty. Yep, Scotty. What's he going to set at 1:33.9? Sends him currently 4th, and then we've got United Bosnia 1:33.4, and the Ferrari of Liam Shane is just starting his lap now. So some good lap times there. Moyland with a 1:32.6, Avi with a 1:33.2, United Bosnia 1:33.4, Ares 1:33.6, and Scotty the 1:33.9. Again, showing why this race, why this league is very entertaining to watch. How close everyone is there.
Oh, Moyland's just returned the favour.
Has he?
Yeah, absolutely quality, man.
Teamwork there.
Drivers.
Look at
absolutely. Do you know, and El Stefano's just purple sector 2.
Do you know what would be amazing? Like, I don't think Moyland and El. I'm pretty sure, because I got a couple people in from our league, and obviously El Stefano hasn't been able to hasn't been able to race in our league, but he said he was interested, so I got him in over here. And like as you were saying before, he's quite severely underrated. He might not always have the best qualifying performance, but his performances in the race are always pretty good. 134.3 there, so up to 6 for El Stefano. So nice, great teamwork from the Alpines here. I don't even think they're talking, so just to do that like just off the top is very, very nicely done. So he's going to be next.
You can't fault them for that behaviour.
Oh no, exactly. And then Moylan
fantastic.
to repay the favour down there as well is brilliant. Lovely to see.
I think it was just I think it was one of those things that like because it was just that pace in front of El Stefano. So he's like, well, I might as well do the same thing El Stefano done for me and give him a little bit of a tow.
Yeah.
Because what that's done is put El Stefano in 6th, and which is now dropped down to 7th with Liam Shane jumping in there. But it's great to see when team members are working like that together.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's lovely to see. Doesn't happen enough, I don't think. Doesn't happen enough. So yeah,
we've got 9 different teams. Is it 9 different teams we've got in the top?
Yeah.
No, it's 8 different teams because I think there's the 2. They've got the 2 Mercedes, 2.
Oh
Alpines,
yeah, 2 Mercedes, yeah,
everybody
2.
Else is
Yeah,
in
everybody else.
teams.
Yeah.
So it's 8 different teams in the top 10.
That's kind of crazy.
You never see that in the real world, do you?
No, you never would, and you probably never will. So Johnny Stokes here now. What's he got in the bag? He's got to try and disturb Moylan. Moylan needs someone to get very close to him, I think. I mean, he'll still go out again, but if these times don't get close, I mean, the closest so far is Avi on a 133.2, right? So we're talking 6/10 off. It is easy enough to find 6/10, especially around a track like this, but it's still quite hard. Like Avi's lap, Avi's one of the smoothest racers I ever watched. Like if you go on board with Avi at any point, watch him race, he's always seems so smooth. Like it never feels like he's on the edge. His driving style is literally one of the smoothest driving styles I've seen. So
yeah, he seems like at the moment I'm watching him go through the S-bends and he's putting that pretty much on point where you need to be putting that car.
Yeah.
And the steering wheel does not look jerky.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's literally all just one fluid motion. Like it's always so smooth. Very rarely is he like wrestling the steering wheel about. But he's a quick guy. And I think sometimes in the races he doesn't quite get the results he deserves from it. You know, it could be a safety car messing up his race. It could be some other incident. So 133.5 there from Johnny. So a bit off the pace for Johnny. Johnny's definitely got more in him than that. Definitely got some more in him. But let's wait and see. So Speedy's out and coming through turn 18 now, on the way down to turn 19. So Speedy's one that's coming on leaps and bounds. Again, made it into Q3, getting used to this no racing line. Oh, almost ran out wide on turn 20.
Close.
But still does a 133.4. That probably cost him a couple tenths at least.
Yeah, you could say that was definitely a performance to be sitting there in the mix of second.
Yeah. I definitely think that was probably about second place. So that was a very nice lap time there from Speedy.
And I'll be honest, every time I watch Speedy, he misses apexes on a lot of corners, especially for the S-bends. It's so easy to miss a couple of apexes here. So
I think he's one of the people that's because he's getting used to no racing line. Everything's always a learning curve for him, but he's doing pretty well. He's getting quicker every week. And here we go, Avi. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go on board with him just for the steering wheel action. It's actually so nice to watch Avi racing. It's like therapeutic almost. Just watching his steering wheel. It's ridiculous.
So
yeah, genuinely, it just nothing ever looks like stretched
it's not like he's forcing it. It's like he's gliding.
Yeah, that's literally it. Yeah, he's like he's floating around the track. So let's check on his split time once he comes down through turn 12. Let's see if he's up or down on his time. Here we go. Turn 12. Oh, a little bit back-endy there. Oh, he's a little bit down. Just over 2 tenths down.
But then he could pick that up in this final sector.
He could make that back. Johnny Stokes went round again and got up to third position there, so 133.2. And Johnny's not going to have enough time now, so that... oh, yeah, so that's going to be the best he can do. Let's see what Avi's got in him. Is he going to make that time back?
That
even
was
then...
a very nice sector there.
Yeah. This could be... Is it going to be enough? 133. He does improve, only just 133.1, but does get a little bit quicker to try and solidify that second position there. Johnny Stokes isn't going to be able to go. No, he's not going to be going again. Not Scotty got. He's on his out lap. Actually, yeah, they stay on board with Scotty here. Give this white Red Bull livery a little bit of love. Oh wait, I hate Red Bull. Let's skip. Let's go back on board with someone else. You know, but no, I'm joking. Back on. Here we go. Scotty for his last flying lap. What's he got? Needs to find a bit of time here. He's going to want to start in the top three at the very least. I reckon he was so close to Johnny Stokes' time. I think that's up for grabs. Let's see what Scotty's got on him. Coming through turn 2. Get some nice broadcast shots around this track, actually. That's one thing I've realised. Oh, it's looking quite nicely done there. Coming through. Oh no, he's in the... Never mind. He's in the wall. It was looking quite nicely done, but then he got a little bit too much on the curb, and it literally just dragged him in to the wall there. So Scotty is out. We've got United Bosnia. Wow, everyone's.
I was on board of Avi.
Yeah.
It just kind of jumped to the pits.
So this is. I think this is going to be it. United Bosnia. Wow, that's really odd. El Stefano there, going really slowly. I'm not quite sure what he's waiting for. Is he waiting to try and give Moreland another toe? He's way too far in front to give Moreland another toe. I think he might, mate. Actually, you know what? This could work out. Moreland's going around again, and El Stefano is actually going so slowly down that straight. He's going to try and give Moreland another toe here. Look at this, Gaz. Look at his absolute shithousery. It's brilliant. I love it. El Stefano, super slow down this main straight, because he knows that he'll still, any kind of slipstream is going to be a beneficial slipstream for Moreland here. He is like halfway down the straight, though, but Moreland is closing in now. DRS wide open, let's jump on board so we can get it. El Stefano's now accelerated. So here he comes. This is brilliant. Here we go. El Stefano goes straight off in the distance there. So not quite as good as the first one, but definitely to the slipstream as Moreland sets a purple second sector here. That was so brilliant. I saw him, I was like, what's he doing? He was going like literally weaving side to side, and then I saw the other blue dot just starting the lap. I was like, oh, here we go. I can't believe he's managed that. That is brilliant. Still getting a bit of a slipstream there, Moreland. What's he got? Can he improve on his 132.6? I'm going to say he's already on pole position. I don't think anyone's going to be able to beat him now. Coming through turn 20, accelerates, lovely, nice and smooth. The 131.9, 6.5 tenths of a second there for Moreland, and that is all because of El Stefano's slipstream. So El Stefano, my friend, that was the best thing I've seen in a while.
Absolutely,
that was brilliant.
Yeah. I've seen some shithousery before, but that is going to be...
That was amazing. Just a whole weaving so slowly across the whole length of the straight, just to make sure that he manages to give Moreland a slipstream. That was absolutely brilliant. Looking in the chat now, Speedy probably should have gone. Speedy, mate, you were so close, Joe. You probably lost about a couple tenths on that last corner alone, mate. So you definitely could have been at least probably, maybe even into third now. Chubb, lost the first challenge for me. You got this, Chubb, man. I believe in you. So, quickly run down. Pole position, Moreland. Second place, Avi. Third place, Johnny Stokes. Fourth place, we've got Scotty. Fifth, Speedy. Sixth, United Bosnia. Seventh, Erez. Eighth, Liam Shane. Ninth, El Stefano. And 10th, Carl Frood. El Stefano deserves, I don't know, something. He deserves something for that, like an extra point. That Moreland said the best teammate ever. I mean, that was just, yeah. He done you solid both times there, Moreland, to be fair. That was brilliant. Just the audacity to, I mean, obviously there was no one else on track, but just the audacity just to come up to turn 11 and just weave so slowly down the straight so you could catch up. He literally had to wait for you to do a whole first sector. That
was absolutely amazing. I'll be honest, that's probably one of the best qualifyings I've seen so far. It's just
Yeah, there's some stuff going
it's
on.
like
It was good to see.
first half of the Q3 there. The Alpine drivers, it looks seamless,
Yeah,
and then at the end, Al Stefano shit out of the race already. Does that extensive weaving, gives Moylan that toe, which actually makes him break the 132 barrier.
yeah, yeah. To get into that 131, that is an absolute ridiculous time.
Yeah,
It
so
really is.
fair play, Al Stefano. You've done your wingman role perfectly there.
You did. You did. So formation up here. So we've gained a few people. We've got McDutchface and Chubb here joining. Chubb is, well, they haven't switched cars technically, but McDutchface have been plopped into the Red Bull, and Chubb's been plopped into the McLaren there, rather than the Aston Martin. And McDutchface is supposed to be in the McLaren, but that won't matter. So last to first challenge for Chubb, second to last challenge to first for McDutchface. So that's going to add a little bit of extra spice to the whole race, actually. With McDutchface and Chubb being there, they're going to have to fight their way through. They're starting on the medium tyres. Let's have a little look, see who's gone on what tyre here. So, obviously, Moylan starts on the mediums, Avi on the softs. You've got Johnny, Scotty, Speedy, and United Bosnia all on the mediums as well. Erez on the softs. Liam and El Stefano on the mediums, and Carl on the softs there. And then outside the top 10, you've got Al Jadifa, Robson Racer on the mediums, Booker and Woolly Mammoth on the softs, and then McDutchface and Chubb on the mediums there. So, what do you reckon about those tyre strats?
Well, it's the tyre strats it's a tough one. I think Erez because he and Carl because they qualified on Avi because he qualified on those soft tyres. That is now the alternate strategy, because everybody else is on mediums pretty much. So they're going to have to gauge when's best to pit, because these medium tyre drivers are going to just stick it out, and they're going to get the opportunity to work. I go, all right, if they've done 9 laps on the on those softs, then they know they've got to do 19 on the mediums.
Yeah.
It's the advantage to mediums right now.
Yeah, I think.
Unless there's an early safety car.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, there's been a safety car in every single race like this season, right? This game is just likes to bring out safety cars, so I'm expecting to see one.
Monaco.
Well, yeah, this is at Monaco. For some reason, that track, they're just like, nah, I can't do it. But Avi needs to get in front of Moyland and use those softs up quickly. But I do reckon there'll be a safety car. So that could work with or against the soft runners, I suppose. Depends on what time it comes out. So here they are lining up on the grid. Chubb's just about to take his rightful place at the back. So Moyland, I mean, Avi could get a really good start actually off this turn, off this line. So 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go. Oh, Avi gets actually a bit of a delayed start here, and he actually could be under pressure from Scotty. Let's see what we've got. Oh my God, he's getting. What's happened in here? What's happening in here to Avi? He's just jumping straight down to the back. And who's that? Was that McDutchface? McDutchface has gone in the wall himself. And what's happening with Avi here and Woolly Mammoth? What's going on here?
Woolly Mammoth was
Avi
going
spun
on the outside, and I think there's something wrong with Avi's wheel.
Yeah, I think he's got an issue with his actual race setup, because that is very unlike Avi there. Something's definitely happened, and that is absolutely gutting. That, oh my gosh,
he can't get. He just doesn't seem to be.
That is absolutely brutal. Look, he can't. He's not looking. I don't think he can turn properly, can he?
Nah, I think something's going on with his wheel.
Yeah, that is brutal. So Chubb there going round the outside of Booker. Oh, into turn 11. That was nicely done. So Moylan's already a second gap to Scotty. Scotty's under pressure from Johnny Stokes. Speed is still right there as well. So is United Bosnia and Liam Shane. Jeez, look at this train. And Al Jadifa and Erez are fighting at it. Al Jadifa. Oh, a little bit of a bump there. Erez is trying to use these soft tyres to his advantage. And they're side by side here, Erez and Ojdifa, but Erez does manage to come off top here, and Avi is retired from the session.
He's stuck it in the wall.
Yeah, I don't think he had
I'll be honest, I don't think he had
much of a choice there.
He wasn't going to get round the lap.
Yeah. The only thing he maybe could have done was retired, so the car went himself. Maybe tried to get back in. Maybe.
But then we've seen what it's like in the edge out of the previous. When you retire a car on track, it can park it on track. What he's done is took it to a far wall and ditched it.
Yeah,
just to
at
get
least
out of the way.
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't see much of an issue causing a VSC. It's if that happens and it's a safety car. I mean, again, I don't think Avi actually had much choice in that scenario. Like, he couldn't even get round the lap, which is absolutely gutting. He'd done a great qualifying, and I reckon it would have been nice to see him challenging Moylan there on those soft set of tyres, and unfortunately his race has been ruined by no fault of his own. So that's actually pretty gutting to see.
Equipment failure for him, I believe, and there's nothing he could. To be honest, it could have been the fact that he's tried to get round and the car just stuck itself in the wall, to be fair. Because we don't really know the full extent of what's happened.
That's literally
So, obviously, we go with benefit of doubt because it's not like him for that to happen for him.
I'm going to see if I can get some info of him from Discord. See if he can enlighten us to what happened there. So, as it stands, Scotty Harris still kind of teasing with being in a second to Moyland. Johnny Stokes 7 to 8 tenths back from Scotty. Speedy's still there. United Bosnia has dropped off a little bit off the back of Speedy. So you've got the top four here split by just over about 2.5 seconds. You've got Booker and Carl Frood battling now. Looks like Booker went round the outside there. A nice overtake on Carl. McDutchface has had to pit.
Yeah, and so it's Woolly Mammoth. I do feel sorry for Woolly Mammoth because of Avi's wheel issue.
Yeah.
Woolly Mammoth got caught up in that.
Yeah.
So
that's unfortunate.
Unfortunately, that was the case. Moylan opening up that gap a bit more. Johnny Stokes right there. Speedy's lost a lot of ground in the last lap because he's not hitting those apexes. He's got the pace. He just needs to work on that line a little bit more, and he'll be in for a shout for a podium. Liam Shane's moved up.
So I'm just saying to my daughter, and then I'll be back.
No worries, I'll continue. So Erez has moved up. He's got past Robson Racer, and El Stefano is also up there. So El Stefano up into 7th. Nice freeway battle here coming into 10-12. As Erez looks like to go on the inside. That's a dive and a half there from Erez, who basically cuts out El Stefano. Robson Racer nearly rear ends El Stefano. That was a little bit of a dangerous move by Erez, but he's made it work. As El Stefano is now looking to try and get that place back. Robson Racer looking behind him now because Al-Jadifa, is looking to make that move as Moylan picks up the fastest lap of a 1:37.0. Chubb moved up to 11th already. Carl is in 12th and Booker Bronco in 13th. McDutchface still needing to close this gap down massively to get himself into the points somehow. And Woolly Mammoth struggling at the back there by the looks of it. So the gap is now 2 seconds between Moyland and Johnny Stokes. Scotty Harris and Speedy all in the mix there for a battle for 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, sorry. Liam Shane's dropping off significantly from Speedy. Needs to stop reeling at him. United Bosnians with another big gap. So Liam Shane is comfortably in 5th. So United Bosnia has Erez right behind El Stefano. Is starting to lose a bit of ground, and Rob Cervezas there is waiting for El Stefano to make a mistake, and Chubb closing in. He's always made a pass there on Ojdifa. So we're on board with Chubb. Let's see what Chubb can do. Is he going around the outside? Oh! little break in, and El Stefano's going, oh! And a contact between Chubb and El Stefano after El Stefano's made a mistake. And it looks like that has caused Chubb to drop down a place who's got dropped behind Al-Jadifa. And El Stefano looks like he's starting to struggle. Because he's losing weight as Moylan picks up another fastest lap. So Chubb needs to go in the pit. Not too sure why. He might have a bit of damage there that's unseen. It's a wing change. So Chubb has dropped down to 13th. So he's got a lot of work to do. He's now going to be behind, down there with McDutchface. So these are going to have to make the medium tyres go for a very long stint and maybe back on the soft tyres at the end, because the strategy does call for a two-stop. Al-Jadifa in 10th. El Stefano in 9th, Robson Racer in 8th. That's where the battle was before. It seems to be dying off now because of Chubb dropping down the order.
Back.
Welcome back.
So Chubb's just pitted.
There, a bit like what you get on the end of a creepy phone call.
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
Between friends, it's all good.
Yes, exactly.
El Stefano has made another mistake. El Stefano's making so many mistakes at 10-12.
Yeah.
He's just given it over to. He's gave it to Robson Racer, Al-Jadifa. He's given it to Chubb at one point.
Okay, so Booker now getting past Carl there, down the straight. I'll tell you what though, Booker goes very, very deep there, and Carl's looking to come back at him. Carl's on the outside, and Carl kind of gives him the space there. Booker broke a little bit later there, and it forced Carl to kind of have to pull out of that. So decent overtake there. Now Carl's got McDutchface for some company. They're obviously finding it quite hard to get through the pack here.
Yeah. Well, Chubb was right up in 9th at one point.
Yeah.
A bit of contact with El Stefano. El Stefano made. I wouldn't call it a mistake. I think Erez's dive bomb.
Okay.
Caused El Stefano to make an evasive manoeuvre. Robson Racer capitalised on it, so he was trapped, and then Chubb, being a much quicker driver, just kind of rear-ended him.
So Carl managed to get Booker back going into turn 20, and they were fighting down the straight here. Booker's gone really, really wide here through turn 2 and 3. But then Carl went really wide at turn 1 and lost out to Booker and McDutchface. And then Booker going off the circuit there has managed to allow Carl back through. So Carl's into 12th, McDutchface is up to 11th. And is Al-Jadifa there, and Rob battling it out. So Robson Racer losing out to Al-Jadifa there, going through turn 12. And Al-Jadifa now 2 seconds behind United Bosnia. So the gap at between the top 4. So you've got 4.4 seconds between Moylan and Johnny Stokes. Another second back to Scotty in 3rd, and Speedy's another 1.8 back in 4th. So it's still not far enough away for. Something could happen and could completely change this whole race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other than that, the gaps are quite spread out now. The only kind of close one is Rob and Al-Jadifa at the moment, and then Booker and Carl Frood.
But that kind of just jumped up there.
Yeah.
It was like Booker is all over the road.
Yes.
Has he got wing damage?
What's happening here? He went really, really wide then as well. I'm trying to see. I can't see his wing. His wing looks okay, but we know this game's pretty shocking actually. Like the other game, last year's game, you took a bit of a tap and it would show you if you've lost a wing. Oh, Willie Mammoth, where's that? Oh no, that's turn 12.
Turn 12. Safety car.
Oh wow. Booker Bronco's retired from the session. I wonder if something happened with him similar in terms of like wheel maybe.
Booker Bronco?
Yeah.
Nah, I think it was contact. Because he was battling.
Yeah, he was.
Carl through the S's, so I think they might have lost a bit of wing, and he's just like, nah, I'm not going to be able to catch up. probably pressed retiring pits before seeing the safety car was coming out.
Yeah, maybe.
And then probably I went, oh, I could have got back in this race. So this is a good. This safety car is what McDutch Face really needed. 21.6 seconds behind.
Yeah.
After a disastrous start.
Moylan's in
get
as well.
himself back in the mix.
Johnny's in.
This. What would you put on another set of mediums, or would you go for a set of softs? Go for a set of softs.
Mate, I mean, you're going to be pitting again, right? So I think I probably would have gone for another set of mediums, and then pitted later on. But it does seem like everyone's going for a set of softs here.
Well, what I would have done, I would have went, right, yeah, I'll stick a set of soft tyres on, and that way then, depending whether there'll be another sooner safety car, I could put a set of mediums on, or if I can get it last, I can put another set of softs on. Say lap.
Well,
say
yeah,
19,
I suppose that that would have been the better way to do it.
It kind of covers, yeah, because you've already done the pit strategy, so you've done two different compounds, and you stuck mediums on, and then 2 laps later, after the safety car's gone in, another safety car comes out. You're going, right, I've got to put softs on and got to make them last.
Yeah, I think it would have depended.
15 laps.
It would have definitely depended on where I was and stuff. I kind of think on the fly. I'm thinking, right, where am I? Okay, what should I do? Looking at it now, I mean, the soft tire would have definitely been the better play. I don't usually like going to the hard, so I usually try and stay away from him. But it's hard to actually say. It depends if I started on the medium or softs as well.
Yeah.
If I started on the mediums, then I probably would have gone to the softs for that reason. But I think I don't know. You never know with this game with safety cars, like you say, because there could be another one like a couple laps after. Then on the mediums, it's almost wasted. But I probably would have stayed out if I went for another set of mediums.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a tough call really with what you really need to be doing.
So McDutch Face stayed out, and unfortunately, because he was so far behind, he hasn't managed to gain anything from staying out. The only thing he does have going for him, I guess. Well, I don't know really. He's got El Stefano on the hards in front of him, so you'd think those mediums should be quicker. He's got United Bosnia on the hards, a couple places above him. So again, you'd think Al Jadifa should be able to clear United Bosnia on those soft set of tyres, and McDutch Face hopefully will follow him through. Robson Racer is up to third.
Yeah.
Being on his 7-lap old mediums after staying out. I have some information about Avi. So Avi said he took control of the car and then his car disappeared. So I guess he was driving a car and he didn't know where it was, maybe?
Oh. Well, it's kind of ringing the bells to me in France.
Oh, is Rob's coming in? Sorry, Rob. What Rob's going to do.
So if you remember back when we was racing on a Thursday, I was on Horo's team.
Yeah.
And France screwed me over.
Yeah. I do remember that, actually.
That, but I think that's because Avi had to rejoin the session, so it kind of glitched out.
Yeah, pretty much. That's just another bug of the massive list that this game has, which is unfortunate because Avi was looking pretty good. Be interesting to see what Booker got. He hit McDutch Face. That was Mrs. Carl, so I'm guessing that's about Booker.
Okay.
I assume. So who's the winners and losers here? There's not many winners, and I can't say there's not too many. I mean, Rob pitting.
Rob Simrace is the biggest loser right now because he's just dropped right down.
Yeah,
biggest winner.
There's literally not really anyone. Everyone's in a similar sort of position. No one's really won from all the positions, really. I mean, if Rob had pitted when it first came out rather than doing another lap, Rob would have been doing alright. But he's only one person that's really lost out because he had to go around another lap.
Yeah.
No one else has really won or lost. Mrs. Carl has just confirmed it was about Booker. So he hit McDutch Face obviously when they were battling, and then he decided with his damage that he was going to retire. Safety car is in this lap, nice to see. So I'm expecting Rob to make up a few positions on those soft tyres. I mean, Carl's gone for those mediums, but those softs when they're fresh are just so fast. So when's Moylan going to back off? Looks like he's starting to back off now, letting that safety car get in head a little bit. Going to control the pace. Needs to be careful, doesn't want to spin out underneath the safety car. I've seen that a couple of times from other people. So pretty embarrassing, Moylan.
Moylan's going to do great. He's going to flip the switch. Johnny Stokes is going to shit himself, and then just leave the gap open.
So when's he going to go? Oh, he's gone. He's gone already. But it doesn't look like he's actually caught anyone out there. Nah, Johnny was aware of it.
He definitely has. If you look at this.
Oh, I suppose the gap. Oh, from the other view, it looked like Johnny went like straight away as well. So
Johnny's done well because he's got away from Scotty a little bit, but Moylan, because he pulled the switch at the right time just before the corner, he used the acceleration through the corner. As Robson Racer and Carl are battling at the back here.
They are indeed. They're side by side going through turn 2, but looks like Rob does get the advantage there. Those soft tyres giving that a little extra bit of grip.
Alja Defer is up into 7th, so he's managed to jump United Bosnia.
Yes, he has. So United, this is where United Bosnia and El Stefano are going to be hurting the most. These first two couple laps when you're trying to get this temperature into the hard tyres. And look at El Stefano now under pressure from McDutchface. McDutchface going up the inside into turn 11. Oh my days! And Chubb says, "Hang on a second, ladies, I am coming through." And that was an absolute beautiful move from Chubb there. Late on the brakes, up the inside for 2.
I will be honest. That there, if there was, he's managed to get it, and if it wasn't for the fact that McDutchface and Robson Baser gave him the space,
oh yeah, 100%.
He would have went straight into the side as McDutchface, but McDutchface has got
Chubb back
now.
Oh,
spun?
Was that Scotty? It was Scotty, the Red Bull. Oh, Scotty.
All I can hear now is Herbert going, "Have I spun? Have I spun?"
I know that. Oh, have I spun? That is BS. This game is shit. That's Hobo for you, right there. But
I have got that little clip that I do use every now and then.
Oh dear.
Of Hobo, yeah. It's on my YouTube channel. It's like Joe spinning Hobo style.
So Chubb and McDutchface now actually making some moves. United Bosnia is the next victim, target / victim here. I think on those hard tyres, there's not much Bosnia will be able to do about McDutchface and Chubb. They're both looking pretty quick, but Robson Racer here looking pretty fighty himself. Got that DRS down that main straight and a little bit of a love tap to Chubb, but if he can hold it together on these soft tyres, keep it nice and clean through this first sector here. Oh, Moylan picks up a penalty.
Moylan's picked up a penalty.
I would say that's quite a rare thing.
Johnny Stokes is licking his lips right now.
Yeah, Johnny Stokes I see 8/10 behind. No penalties. Might have a few warnings. Not looked.
Oh, like what Rob just done then. Robson Vaser knew he came off the race and off track. Kept the car off the track itself for a while and then brought himself back on to avoid any kind of warning.
Nicely done there by Rob.
Move.
So Rob in 10th. They're pulling away from El Stefano. Obviously again El Stefano looks like he's struggling on those hard tyres, which is to be expected. Carl is catching up with El Stefano and Scotty is, after his little spin, is getting back into the game as well. So McDutchface now 3/10 of a second behind United Bosnia. And oh my day, he's got so much traction going through. Wow, that was going through turn 13. He got so much traction, and now he's managed to get him now. Wow, that was actually mental. Going through turn 15 there, he got so much traction, 13, 14, 15. He just ended up driving straight past Bosnia. And now Chubb is the next man, 1.2 seconds behind Bosnia.
Yeah, but Chubb is actually under a bit of pressure from Robson Baser right now.
Yeah, he said is. I wonder if Chubb's got a bit of wing damage, because he was really, really quick, and then he seems to dropped off a little bit, and now Rob's DRS wide open. In fact, no, he hasn't got DRS open. What's happened with? Why has Rob not got his DRS open? I reckon this is absolute shithousery from Rob. Rob's like, I don't even need it, mate. I don't even need it. I'm going to do it old-fashioned. No extra little gap, pierce in the air. No, not going for the less wind resistance. Rob's actually racing really tidy right now.
Yeah. This is the worst part to be right behind someone is go through the S-bends because you've got no downforce. And I think he might have picked up a warning for that little corner there because he did go off track.
So, are we going to see Rob do a little cheeky lunge into turn 12? coming through turn 11 now. Going to get on the accelerator. What's the gap? 0.6 of a second. That is just enough. Liam gets past Speedy, going into turn 12. Now what's Rob got? Rob's got DRS wide open, but he's not going to be close enough this time around, I don't think. Is he going to go for it? Oh, he thought about it. He thought about it.
Chubb is locking up.
He is. Chubb's
every single time he gets into that corner.
Yeah, Chubb is struggling a little bit at this phase of the Grand Prix.
That line through that Robson Baser had through those two corners there, absolutely fantastic. As Erez picks up a penalty. Oh look, this is where Chubb needs to be thinking about defensive positions, because Robson Baser's got a nice line.
I mean, if Chubb can hold him off for a few more laps, the softs will end up going off a little bit. But as it stands at the moment, Rob is kind of all over the back of Chubb. And what's the gap now? Half a second. That's not quite enough for this first straight. I think that's a bit too much, but he's got DRS wide open this time on the run down, but he's not quite gaining just enough. He's just going to have to sit there, gain it, and then go down into turn 12 again, hopefully. Rob racing, this is I don't know if Rob's given his controller to someone else or not, but this is absolute stellar racing from Rob here. And look at they're catching up with Bosnia as well, so, I mean, Chubb's definitely not slouching, catching up with Bosnia, and then this could be where Rob could make his move. He's got Scotty Harris for company as well now. Scotty's making coming back through the field after that little spin. So,
we've got a four-way battle for 8th. We've got a three-way battle for 4th right now. So we've
got Liam, Speedy, and Erez.
Well, so it's a three-way battle for 3rd, so to say. So Liam, Speedy, and Erez. As Speedy takes 3rd,
he does.
Erez is looking to go for a lunge.
Oh, there's like 3 wide going through turn 12. But here we go. Oh, I'll tell you what though, Chubb's now got DRS from United Bosnia, so this could be harder. But Scotty Harris is looking, he did think about it, looking good up the inside of Rob there. But
the Dutch face is locked up going through turn 12. See the car, the smoke sitting there when United Bosnia was reaching there. So this is a three-way battle, four-way battle, because Scotty Harris is now looking.
Scotty's he's taken the really inside line there. Rob's giving him the space, but no, he's going to have the inside line though over Scotty going through.
The outside, a bit wide there from Scotty.
Yeah, and Rob actually
picks up a
cut a little bit too much as well. So Rob's still there, runs a little bit wide now. Chubb's going to have to try and get past United Bosnia. Because while these two are fighting, he's getting a bit of breathing space, but it's not going to be long.
No, because Robson Baser is pretty much still there.
He is. He's having a great race so far. Oh, I'll tell you what, he caught up quite a bit to Chubb there as well. That was a really nice turn 1 from Rob. Chubb's looking a little bit on edge. Oh, and Speedy picks up a time penalty as well. He'll be fuming about that. The gap is now, so Moyland has managed to pull out a bit of a gap over Johnny, 1.5 seconds now. Joe's dropped back, he's now 7.4 seconds behind Johnny Stokes, but has managed to reclaim his 3rd position. Liam's now 1.2 seconds, and I tell you what, Erez is right in the back of Liam Shane. We could see Erez here going up into 4th position, DRS wide open. Let's jump on board, straight down the outside. That was nicely, textbook overtake there. Yeah, that was beautiful. Runs a little bit deep though.
Liam nearly had him there.
Yeah.
And Liam's had a really good line through a lot of these corners, and that's where his advantage is going to be, is his choice of lines.
Yeah. And Chubb, Scotty and Rob are racing. Sorry, Rob's just dropped down behind Scotty there. So Rob losing out to Scotty. So.
Do you think it might have been a tactical swap for Rob? Knowing that Scotty's going to, if he lets Scotty go and try and have chase after Chubb, that they could end up making a mistake.
Well, Scotty looks like what? I mean, it's possible. If Scotty puts Chubb under some pressure, and Rob stays there, then it's going to give Rob the opportunity. What's Johnny? Oh, Johnny's in the pits. Johnny's coming for a set of mediums, getting off those soft tyres very quickly. Got to try and go for the undercut, I think, on Moyland. So Moyland's going to have to react. He needs a lap of his life right now. Where's Johnny? Is he going to come out in front?
What a move! Scotty and Robson Baser get Chubb. I think Rob's
played a blinder.
Idea of letting Scotty go in front to battle Chubb has basically benefited him.
He has.
Now he's in front of Chubb, and he's got Scotty punching a hole through the air, and the other drivers to guide him through.
That was nicely done by Rob there. Now Chubb loses 2 positions in one corner, and he's now down to 11th on those medium tyres. Johnny had a fantastic pit stop. He came out in the perfect gap now. He beat out Bosnia, out of the pits and sits in 7th and has a bit of free air now to McDutchface. So that's a lovely... they couldn't have worked out better for Johnny, to be fair. Moreland will have to react. Erez now catching up with Speedy, actually. 4/10 of a second behind, coming through turn 15. What can... I wonder what Erez can do. I reckon... I mean, they're all on 6 lap old soft, so they're going to be thinking about pitting in. What's Moreland doing? Moreland's going around again. Moreland's staying out. So now it's Speedy and Erez.
I think Moreland's going to push himself to lap 19, lap 20.
And then do another set of softs, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be my choice right now.
I mean,
thinking there's not going to be another safety car because all these drivers seem to be competent enough not to make a mistake. The battles have been close and fair. There've been hardly any contact between drivers, so I don't think there's going to be maybe a virtual safety car. But
I think the thing that helps Moreland out, if Johnny can't get past McDutchface, if Johnny gets out of McDutchface a little bit and Moreland stays out and he still looks like he's got some good pace, then that's going to help him when he comes to pit for those set of softs. And if he either beats him out or if he gets behind him, he'll be on much quicker tyres to Johnny's mediums.
Yeah.
So Chubb now 1.2 seconds, has fallen off the back of Rob a little bit, and Rob is still... Rob's following Scotty through here. Like, genuinely, Rob's pace at this race has been incredible in the second phase of the Grand Prix, and I think I want to see Rob hold it out and come in for another set of softs. I don't want to see him coming early. Or he keeps showing people that he's there, thinking about going up the inside, so I think he's making people think about turning in for that in for some of the corners.
Yeah, it's teasing, isn't it? It's just teasing him. He's like, I'm like, yeah, look what I can do here.
Is Scotty gonna do it? No, he thought about it, but not quite close. Bosnia's got some good straight line speed, you know. Considering they've all got DRS and stuff, Bosnia's holding them off quite well. Those hard tyres, though, again, I mean, these soft tyres will start getting to the point. Oh,
no,
Bosnia's off. So Bosnia.
The pressure got a bit too much for I reckon.
That's it.
See, this is Rob playing like it's like a chess master right now. He's using Scotty as a pawn.
Yeah.
Right now.
I think the worst thing about it is that he's only in 9th position. Oh, and Scotty's come in he's getting rid of those soft tyres. So Rob, we need to see you stay out, my friend. You need to go farther on the soft tyres, mate, and then come in for another set of softs.
Yeah, 11 laps to go.
That's it. You do another lap or two. If the tyres feel good, mate, hang it out there. Hang it out there. Bosnia will be going to the end of those hards. But Bosnia's lost it. This is perfect for Rob. So Bosnia's just crashed out of turn 1 and now he's got no front wing, so he's going to have to pit in for a front wing. Chubb is on a set of mediums. Chubb, is he going to do another... He's not going to want to go to the end of those mediums, is he? Let's face it. I don't think he's going to want to do that.
See, this could be one of those ones where Chubb's like, I can't afford to pit and try and grid those mediums out for another 11 laps, so I don't think they will last. And
Johnny Stokes and McDutchface here gets the job done into turn 12, so Johnny Stokes actually quite easily gets past McDutchface. McDutchface knowing they're on different strats completely.
Yeah, well, the tyres on McDutchface's car are starting to wear a bit thin. 14 laps old compared to 1 lap old. Yeah, you know the fresher ones are going to do better.
Yeah, no competition there.
There is you can see a slight bit of wear to the tyres, so that you can see the darker patch just growing. Yeah.
But still, McDutchface has done quite a decent little recovery here, considering...
Absolutely fantastic. Considering he's at the back, he started at 15th.
Yeah, that's it. So, let's quickly check the gap between... Okay, so the gap between Moreland and Johnny Stokes right now is 21.9 seconds. And a pit stop around here is 20... Is it 23?
Yeah, 23 to 26.
Yeah. So, I mean, Johnny Stokes isn't super gaining on Moyland at the moment. But he is still gaining. So, Moyland's just going to have to hope that he comes out... I mean, he's going to come out probably behind McDutchface, I would have thought.
Maybe, or maybe the fact it depends on how if he enters and pushes it to the limit. I reckon he might get a sub 23. which means he could be in the mix with them drivers.
Yeah.
Because his gap to Speedy has grown.
Yeah, it has. But obviously Johnny on those fresh mediums has... I mean, obviously he didn't have much of a fight with him at Dutch Face either, so his lap times have been pretty solid.
So this is where so I'm gonna sit with Johnny Stokes as Moylan's in the pits now.
Okay, let's see.
See where Johnny Stokes comes.
So he's coming round turn 19 now.
And Moylan is out the pit.
Turn
out of the
20.
pit box. Let's see where he comes out.
Oh, he's coming to the end. Oh my days. Has he done it? He's fucking done it. Moylan's done it. Wow, that was like a 20
seconds.
That was about a 19-20 second pit stop.
Yeah, and it is rated at 23 to 26 in real life, so obviously the game's got a dynamics is slightly different.
That's it.
But absolutely fantastic pit stop for Moylan.
Yeah, well played there from Moylan, and now he's on those soft tyres which are rapid and he can go to the end. Johnny Stokes on those mediums which are a bit slower but nice and fresh. But Dutch Face on those 16 lap old mediums, who has, I mean, it just shows how strong like the Slipstream and DRS is around here. I mean, McDutch Face has fallen out now, but had a good couple of laps of following Johnny Stokes there. I think McDutch Face is gonna want to come in now for a set of softs.
Yeah, if he goes in now, he might be lucky enough to be in front of Scotty.
Yeah, he needs to come in this lap really, I think, McDutch Face. So Rob's up to 4th, 9 lap old softs. He's got to want to come in again, maybe at the end of this lap.
Yeah, see, like the end of this lap will give you 9 laps on the next soft tyre. So yeah,
I think it'd be worthwhile doing.
Yeah, and we've worked out it's going to be roughly about in this game. It's about 20-21 seconds a pit stop. So he might be lucky enough to be in front of Chubb.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Chubb on those new set of softs. I mean, he should come out in front of Chubb, right? Because Chubb was behind him by a couple seconds, and Rob is... Mate, we're literally like race engineers for Rob here. He's definitely listening.
Yeah, Chubb is up, but Chubb's been on those soft tyres, and he's been a bit quicker.
Yeah.
So
Erez now moves up to 4th position. Liam up to 5th. McDutch Face coming in for a set of softs. Loses out to Al Jadif. Al Jadif is also in those soft set of tyres, but Dutch Face here, considering he started 2nd to last, up to 7th. Scotty goes through, El Stefano and Scotty battling it out. Scotty gets it. So Rob comes out in 10th still. And Chubb is just coming around turn 1, so does Rob still have the pace to stay in front of Chubb? Chubb on that. If he had any damage, it's completely fixed on those soft set of tyres. And Rob has got 7 seconds to catch up with El Stefano, who's on 11 lap old hard. So that should be relatively easily done, actually. The soft tyres are so much quicker than the hard tyres around here.
Yeah. And that time is tumbling down dead quick.
Yeah, it is. It's already 5.7. Jeez.
It was 6.4 when he came out the pits.
Yeah, that's savage how much he's gained just through that sector alone. So Chubb, gap's relatively similar right now, and Liam Shane looks like he's got Erez, and he has going into turn 12. So Liam Shane. So this is only Liam Shane's 2nd race, by the way, or is it?
Oh, really?
I'm trying to think when I last. No, maybe not. I mean, I think I was commentating with Hobo when he done his 1st race. No, Hobo came in. Okay, so it was 2 weeks ago he made his 1st race. I don't remember seeing him last week. So yeah, this is either his 2nd or 3rd race. So the fact that he's coming in, he's putting on a great show. 4th position currently. Al Jadif picks up a 3-second time penalty. You know, McDutch Face with penalties might actually gain a few positions here. He's very close to Al Jadif and Erez.
Yeah. Well, Liam has shown that he's actually quite a competent driver.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely fantastic to see a newer driver doing well and get himself mixed up there with the top lap, and he's quite clean. The battles he's had has been very clean. So
yeah,
absolutely fantastic to see.
Yeah, that's exactly when people come in here. Obviously, I don't know if he was known by anyone else, but when it's unknowns, you never know what it's going to be like. And I've seen some people come into leagues before and be absolutely shocking, have a bit of pace, but just be the worst racer in terms of like wheel-to-wheel combat. Not knowing how to defend, attacking way too aggressively, like they're doing like 5 lappers online. But Liam's showed himself excellently in the races he's done.
Yeah, you described that squeaky Irish kid.
Yeah.
Delta
Oh, yeah.
T.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's who I base it off. That's what I base I base it. That's what I race it. It's based off him. He's the
The squeaky
stereotype.
Irish kid.
That's
Yeah.
it. So Al Jadifa now chasing down Erez. Erez on those is a really fresh mediums to be fair, but obviously Al Jadifa on those soft tyres. McDutch face again catching up, and Chubb has managed to get Rob now down into turn 12. So Rob not quite having the pace over Chubb that he had beforehand. So maybe it was a bit of damage on Chubb's car, which was doing it. Maybe Chubb's just found the groove.
And McDutch face absolutely doing a fantastic job here. He can see fourth.
Yeah.
In his sights, he's looking at that thinking, you know what, I'm going to get you.
And he's got some pace. So let's see. The only problem is everyone's got DRS here, and he looks like he's got the slowest car in a straight line. The way they're pulling away from him, he's going to need.
Yeah, but it's.
Oh, a little bit of a lock up. Oh, from Jadifa there. Gee, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Jadifa goes a little bit wide there.
Yeah. He might have to send it into one of the corners, you know. His car's so much better through the corners than these other cars. I don't think he's got the pace in the straight, especially when they're all getting DRS. He's going to have to do a little bit of a late break-in lunge, I think.
Yeah.
Or catch someone out. Anyone that runs a little bit wide, not catching the apex, and just slot it up the middle.
Where?
Here we go. Oh no. Oh, is he? Oh, he thought about it, backed out and thought about it again. He did bottle it.
He had a chance to do that.
McBottleface right here. Come on, son. You got this.
McBottleface. That's his new name
That's
now.
it, McBottleface. I told him I wouldn't give him much airtime because every time I watch him he spins, but that's it. Look at this, going 3 cars wide now. Al Jadifa losing out to Erez. Does he hold it? He does, but it looks like McDutch face.
Does it?
He does. McDutch face now, wheel to wheel with Al Jadifa, but Al Jadifa gets slightly better traction. But I tell you what, McDutch face still has the inside line, taking that inside line now through turn 15, and gets the job done.
Face has done it.
That's it. And now he's chasing down Erez, and they're all still very close again. Like you said, he can see 4th place. Liam Shane's just up there. Liam Shane is kind of he's getting away quite easy at the moment, just because these are all battling, costing him time, and Liam's just trying to zoom off down the road. DRS wide open now for McDutch face. Looks like he's actually a little bit quicker. Yeah, and for Erez. But it looks like McDutch face actually has a little bit of speed advantage over Erez there. He was losing out to Al Jadifa with it open. But it looked like he was actually gaining on Erez there, so he might have a bit of better luck going down to turn 12. Moylan
no! From Liam.
No! Oh, that is absolutely gutting for Liam. Oh, was that an auto reset then? It must be because it's turned off, I think. Because he definitely reset then, didn't it? Ghosted him. So Liam now down into 8th position, was doing so well in 4th as well, but now Erez there takes over 4th position. McDutch face wants that. Oh no! And Al Jadifa spun! Oh, that low traction zone there has caught out Al Jadifa. Oh, and he's no! Oh no!
Oh, very dangerous move by Al Jadifa.
Yeah, that was. Oh, Liam.
Oh no!
No! That looked on purpose, right? I literally got that on stream.
So did I.
That looked a bit naughty from Liam. Like, I can understand the frustration there. Al Jadifa should not have done what he did there. That was a very unsafe rejoin, but Liam, you can't be doing that, man. Like, that might have looked a lot more savage than it was, but it literally looked like he just pushed him off the track into the wall.
Yeah.
That could be, it's not what we like to see. He's slowing down as well. What's he slowing down for?
He's slowing down because he's probably hitting the
record button, do you reckon?
It's Delta.
Oh, yeah, cool. Safe to go. That's, it's not what we want to see. I'll tell you what, though. As McDutch face is coming, he's going to come in for another fresh set of softs. This safety car, and what's Moylan done? Moylan stayed out. Moylan didn't come in, and Johnny Stokes has got a fresh set of softs.
Moylan was past.
Or was he past it?
The entry when the safety car was announced.
This has saved Johnny massively. Erez has stayed out, though. Scotty, maybe they all missed it. No, Speedy made it in. So Scotty
made it in?
Yeah, Johnny made it in. So Erez has stayed out on those mediums. Scotty's stayed out on those softs to gain a bit of position, but then you've got Speedy on a fresh set of softs. Liam stayed out on those mediums. Chubb is actually now in front of McDutch face, but McDutch face has that fresh set of softs.
Wow. This is
But this is
quite special, isn't
spiced
it?
up the end of the race. I mean, it's quite an interesting race as it was, but this is an
Yeah,
extra
this is.
bit of hot sauce at the end here.
Yeah, well, anybody who knows me and ever watched some of my commentary, especially on the circuit, knows this is the circuit I despise of the most.
Yeah, actually, you don't like it, do you?
I can't stand it. I think it's obviously Herman Tilke. He's took the best corners from some of the best tracks,
Yeah, yeah.
and then
butchered them.
string them all together to make this ultimate track that looks and behaves like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
load of. Yeah.
I like parts of it, but it's like the parts I like are like from the tracks that I like. So you've got like the Turkey, like the reverse Turkey turn 8 sort of thing. I like that corner, and I like Turkey,
Yeah.
so I don't mind that corner, for example. There's I'm trying to think of other bits.
You got the Malaysia hairpin, which is up to
Yeah.
10-11.
Yeah, that's true. I don't mind that actually.
The Bahrain sector, you get that right, and it's an absolutely lovely part to go through. The S-bends that have been taken from Silverstone and Bahrain,
Yes.
you kind of string them together. It's just to say, it annoys me when it's you got this little recipe of good corners, and you think, you know what, I'll stick them all together, it'll be amazing, and it's just not.
Yeah, no, they definitely should have done it differently. I think they should have mixed up where they've got. I know it's hard to kind of like where do you put corners and stuff like that, but I reckon they could have maybe laid them in a different order to make them a bit better.
I think the S-bends are too long.
Yeah. They should have. Well,
The first lot of S-bends, the shallow ones,
yeah,
are nicer.
yeah,
The second ones, the sharp ones, which ones are? So I think the first lot is taken from Bahrain, and the second lot's
yeah,
Silverstone ones, and the Silverstone ones are the ones that cause most of the issues because it's from shallow to deep.
yeah.
But there's so many circuits that you can take corners from that are amazing. And
Yeah, they've
It's not
kind of
there.
picked some poor corners. Like,
Yeah.
well, they've tried to pick like iconic corners, but it's not. It's like they're iconic for what they are. It doesn't mean people like them.
yeah,
No, I think that's the issue. They've gone, oh, let's do like Maggots and Beckett's. That's an iconic corner, yeah, but it doesn't mean people like doing them. They should have picked someone else.
yeah. It's like, what, you got to stick the Nouvelle chicane in the middle of a circuit?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
That's
it.
iconic.
No.
I think putting a corner like Razkaz in is fantastic. You've got to just, if you want to slow the cars down and give the cameras a good shot to look right. This is the order of the cars. A
Yeah.
Razkaz style corner is fantastic.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually surprised the safety. Oh wait, okay, I see. Carl Frood there. They're waiting to catch up. I didn't notice he was all the way there. I was just thinking it's a bit weird they haven't come in. What's happened here? Liam, Shane, and Speedy. Just looked like we swapped positions a little bit. Then that might have been a little bit of a bug. So this is Moylan's to lose. Well, no, Moylan needs to hold off Johnny. But on the plus side, there won't be any DRS.
Well, Moylan needs to get away.
Yeah, he needs to do a really
He
good
needs
restart.
3 seconds and 2 laps.
Yes,
Or
That's
hope
the
that
problem.
Johnny Stokes gets
a penalty. Yeah,
penalty. But then, obviously, it would actually depend on the race, really. The rules of the league, because I've seen some leagues go back a few laps because of a deliberate safety car release and give someone a benefit.
yeah,
That I've seen them track back to go, right, we're going to go before that incident, and that's the order it's going to be. And you'll see so Moylan might actually keep his position if they've done that, but I doubt that leagues do have those complicated systems.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this wasn't like a this wasn't a safety car caused in deliberation to help someone out. This was just a safety car caused by someone being pissed off.
Yeah. But it just kind of, by the looks of it, just kind of helping quite a few drivers up, because it's looking like Scotty Harris is going to get a podium from Erez, and Erez has had a fantastic race today.
I see. It's unfortunate for Erez. Kind of had a good little strategy going on here, going for those mediums, but now it's kind of been thrown out of the water.
Well, Scotty Harris is on those 8-lap old soft tyres, and they're on the limit.
Yeah. So, I mean, Rob as well, obviously got those fresh softs on, but down in 11th. And now New United Bosnia's obviously had that wing damage, now he's still in 10th. I feel a bit sorry for Rob here. Rob has that middle part of the track, that second phase of the Grand Prix was really strong from Rob there.
Yeah,
and Liam goes really wide. Blimey, Liam went really wide, and he might actually be under pressure from Chubb now. In fact, he is. Chubb's in the slipstream, but Chubb is moving to the outside. Look how close that is, and McDutchface is waiting to pounce on these two as well. So Chubb's now got the inside line, and tell you what, McDutchface has got him too. So Liam there, after going really wide for turn 20, has lost 2 positions going through into turn 1. So Chubb's up to 6th, McDutchface is 7th. McDutchface is right on the back of Chubb. Moyland has didn't get away that well actually. Johnny's now half a second behind him, but Moyland needs to put his pedals to the metal here and really pull away. He's got to get 3 seconds over Johnny unless Johnny messes up. But these two have flown away. The gap between Erez now. Erez has started a massive train. McDutchface gets Chubb going into turn 11 as well. Now McDutchface is on the back of Scotty. God, this could Scotty on those 9-lap old softs as well. He's not going to have anywhere near as much traction as McDutchface has got. McDutchface gonna. No, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Oh, it does break a little bit early though. Chubb was looking to break a little bit later. Chubb does have that penalty. McDutchface is penalty 3, so this could actually cost a few people some positions here. Scotty Harris could gain a few still. All right on the back of Speedy. Oh, look at that. McDutchface around the outside. Or was it? Yeah, he was on the inside. Sorry, I got confused with the Red Bull cars. They look the same. So McDutchface up to 5th position. What a restart from McDutchface here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's my controller. My controller. You can have it back afterwards, okay? You can have it back afterwards, alright? Okay. So, El Stefano, though, getting past Liam Shane. Liam Shane's not having the best restart here. Lost multiple positions. I want to see Rob getting his top 10, you know. I think Rob deserves a point for this race. Sector 1, what's happened here? That is Carl. Oh, no, Carl spun. Cover your mouth, baby. Carl has spun going through turn 1. That's unfortunate for Carl on those fresh mediums. Liam Shane is coming back at El Stefano, and United Bosnia ran really wide there, and that could give Rob the position, and Rob does take it into 10th position there. So it's nice to see Rob there in the points. Definitely something he deserves, and he could even go a little bit higher.
He's had a fantastic race today, hasn't he?
Yeah, nice. Mainly, especially after that middle stint, that middle sector where I thought he played a blinder, and Erez now under fire from Speedy. Erez has done some fantastic defensive work here, but Speedy late on the brakes going up the inside into turn 12, and I'll tell you what though, the traction from Erez that he got there is actually going to see him retake the position. McDutchface here is looking to get himself a podium after this. Look at McDutchface, just all he knows, he just needs to keep it clean. Oh, he's got a good exit. Back end steps out a little bit. Speedy and Erez here going to be fighting to the end, and Moylan's going to be coming across the line in a minute, and he hasn't managed to lose Johnny Stokes, so Johnny Stokes is going to get the win here. So Johnny Stokes takes the win. Moyland in second. Erez is coming across the line, done fantastic with his defensive work, but McDutchface there picks up 3rd position. Scotty for 4th. And then Chubb was in 5th, but then got pipped by El Stefano. El Stefano, great finish there. Great finish into 5th position. 6th place for Chubb. 7th place for Speedy. 8th place for Erez. 9th place for Liam Shane. 10th for Rob. Well deserved. United Bosnia comes home in 11th, and Carl, who's about to cross the line here. Go on, Carl. Go on, Carl. Boosh, and there he is finishing. So, what a race. There was a lot in there. There was a lot going on. So who do you think is your driver of the day? The game's giving it to McDutchface, and I've got a couple people.
I kind of want to give it to Rob.
See, for me, it's between Rob and McDutchface.
Yeah.
Purely with the fact that McDutchface, I think, had a stonking race from coming from where he did to where he got to, and kept it pretty clean. Did some nice overtakes, but that little bit with Rob in that middle phase of the Grand Prix was incredible. Between him, Chubb, and like Scotty, like it was really, really nice. And he did manage to finish in the points. I don't know. So here we have it. Johnny Stokes taking the win because of the penalty that Moylan picked up, and then second place for Moylan, third place for McDutchface, fourth for Scotty, fifth for El Stefano, sixth for Chubb, seventh for Speedy, eighth for Erez, ninth for Liam Shane, 10th for Rob, 11th for United Bosnia, and 12th for Carl Frood. 13th and 14th we have Al Jadifa and Booker Bronco, both DNF in. Woolly Mammoth and Avi also DNF in there. Moylan said he's absolutely devastated. To be fair, Moylan, yeah, you had that race like locked down, man. That was absolutely gutting with the safety car towards the end. I don't know who the driver of the day is, mate.
It's just really tough, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, Rob overall didn't gain the most, but that middle sector of the race, I think overall he had a fantastic race. McDutchface coming from 15th to 3rd, obviously gained the most. Had a good race, to be fair, was doing stuff, kept it clean and done what he needed to do. I think, looking at the perspective from like the excitement phase of it, Rob's race was probably maybe a bit more exciting, but McDutchface did exactly what he needed to do. Oh shit, it's a tough one. Who are you going for?
You know, looking at that and how things ended, I think it's obviously between McDutchface and Rob. So we'll go with McDutchface because starting second to back and end up in a decent points position. But we've got to give a shout out to Rob for his racing tactics.
Yeah, 100%. A shout out to Rob, and also shout out to El Stefano coming home in 5th. Again, I think another one that crept under the radar.
Great.
Like, fantastic finish, yeah, for El Stefano there. So, driver of the day was McDutchface. Fantastic drive to get up to 3rd from starting 15th. Special mentions for Rob and El Stefano. El Stefano got a fantastic finish, 5th position after that race, and Rob had a fantastic race, really exciting little bits. So shout out to Rob as well.
And a little shout out for El Stefano's qualifying
for his
that was on another level there.
Yeah, the qualifying tactics from El Stefano, absolute top notch, mate. El Stefano said P5 get in, so he's happy, and Rob said cheers for the love, guys, glad you enjoyed my driving. Rob, mate, that second kind of phase of the Grand Prix when you were fighting with Scotty and Chubb, mate, you looked rapid. It was really good to watch, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Did all the right things.
Yeah, 100%.
So you can't fault him for that.
Yeah, no, definitely not. So good race overall, really. What do you think of it, guys?
Yeah, it's kind of made me think that USA maybe not all that bad really when it comes down to commentating. When you've got drivers like this, it makes it so much easier.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. When this league has, I think the only kind of bit of meh race was probably last week. The race wasn't overly exciting, but it was still okay. It was still okay though. Like if it was in another league, it would have been absolutely shocking, you know. But it still gave some decent racing. USA here, I don't actually mind the USA track too much into like overall. It's kind of a botched track. It's like if you had all the tracks on a bit of paper, cut them all up and put it back together, you'd get the American track. Like that's how it kind of pans out. But
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it was a good race, and as always in this league, some good overtakes, exciting racing, and some nice results for some people. To be fair, quite happy. Like seeing McDutchface get up there, seeing El Stefano finish and seeing Rob finishing the points was nice. Gutted for Avi, I will say that was gutting for Avi because I reckon he would have had a really good race.
I think if Avi was racing, it would have been a different end to the race.
Yeah,
I really do. I think it would have been a three-way end.
Gutted for Moyland as well. Obviously that 3-second penalty killed him at the end with that late safety car, and it feels even worse because that late safety car was avoidable. That's the worst thing about it. That safety car shouldn't have happened. and I think that's probably the worst thing about that. Like he lost out on penalties to a safety car that shouldn't have happened. But we'll look into that. I'll clip it and send it in, see what the old staff think of it. But yeah, good race overall. Thank you everybody for watching, and thank you for joining me in the comms box, Gaz.
Oh, no problem.
Apologies for being a little bit late today. Like I said, Olivia's not sleeping very well, so I had a little nap and woke up a little bit late. But we made it. We move on.
No.
So
we caught the most important part.
I did. Yeah. To be fair, I didn't actually miss much. In all fairness, they'd only just started, which was okay. So next race is the French Grand Prix. Woo. Okay. It can offer us some good racing at least, I suppose.
Yeah, it's French Grand Prix. It's like one of those things. It's tedious, but there's so like for people like me, who's a bit of a guru, knows quite a lot about the tracks and that. It's quite good because it's got quite a lot of info where tracks like USA don't have much of a history. So if I'm around, I'll pack it with a lot of stupid facts about the track.
Yeah. Just looking through Discord. Liam Chain, sorry whoever I tapped. The guy rejoined in front of me on track and ruined my race. Okay, so he looks like he's apologising for that tap to Al Jadifa. Johnny Stokes said he didn't deserve that. Chubb had the default setup. So Chubb, racing with the default setup was like racing the whole race with no front wing. Effing horrible. And then Chris, so Booker Bronco had the wrong setup on and was understeering all over the place, which is why he decided to call it early. And then yeah, so that's that so far. But yeah, anyway, so great race. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Well, I think Hobo might be back next week, but he's been like a ghost for like the last 2 weeks, so screw Hobo, man. But it might be back. If not, I'll get Gaz back in. So see you all next week at France. Thank you for watching and good night.
Good night.